All right, we're gonna go through one of my all-time favorite baits. I've been throwing these since I was a kid. Is the Suick Muskie Thriller. Early in the season I throw the 7-inchers. I pretty much work them the same way, whether it's a 7-incher, a 9-incher, or a 10-incher. This is a newer version of the Suick. It's the Suick High, the high impact, the plastic version. These are really easy to tune. With all of mine, you can see I make a cup and spoon the tail and make it have a little bit of a bend both ways. So many people have problems tuning Suicks. That'll really help. It cups more water, gives it a more aggressive dive, and even more side-to-side action. I do that on every Suick. The minute I take it out of the box, I put my thumb in the middle of it and bend it around, and it's a lot easier to tune that way. So many people over-tune them or bend them so much. It's just slight modifications in your Suick do such, even just a subtle change makes a big difference in it. As far as for size-wise, I mean, as you can see, both these baits are totally destroyed. These are bronze perch Suicks. I mean, you'll see on the video me catching fish on this one. But 9s and 10s, I use both of them. Usually May, June, I'm throwing the 9, then a lot of the rest of the year I'm throwing the 10s. But if a cold front comes along or if the fish is a little bit slower, I'll go back to the 9. But catch a lot of fish on both of them. You can't go wrong with either size. I really like the 10-inch weighted. Most of the instances where I'm fishing deeper water, so very rarely am I using unweighted Suicks. And the Suick High is kind of an in-between. You get 3, 4, 5 foot of depth out of it if you're really working it. And leader wise, definitely use a wire leader. I use a 174-pound straight wire leader from Stealth Tackle. That really helps get the baits going, especially with some side-to-side swing, and prevents bite-offs. A lot of the fish you'll see will head hit these and they'll end up with a little bit of leader in the mouth. That way you won't have to worry about bite-offs using fluorocarbon with them. But catch a lot of big fish on Suicks. And to throw them, really easy to use. I'm using a 7/6 extra heavy jerkbait rod, nothing special with the reel. I'm just using a Shimano 400B, just a standard speed retrieve. And I'm using 80-pound high seas Grand Slam braid line, and just short pulls. The biggest thing with these is guys working them doing too long of pulls, and you end up with a lot of slack line in them, and you miss a lot of fish that way. I'm just doing a couple foot-long pulls, diving that thing down, and just real important, keeping a tight line on it. And then when I figure eight them, I'm almost figure eight just like a bucktail. I'm not doing a lot of jerking with that rod in the water, because otherwise you're making a lot of commotion and spooking fish sometimes. It's just sometimes a straight figure eight just like a bucktail seems to be better off. And if I'm fishing shallower cover, I'll just work up on the rod. So if I'm in 1, 2, 3 foot of water, I can keep this Suick within the top foot of the water just by working up on it, doing short pulls. And that Suick's only getting down 6 inches to a foot, right in there. But short pulls on it are good, just so you're not getting that slack line. Like I said, if you're doing this and getting slack, you're going to miss a lot of bites on it. You see my line's tight the whole entire time, and if you feel anything funny, set the hooks on them. You have a lot of big fish come from the side or come from behind them and overtake them, and all of a sudden you just feel like there's nothing there. So make sure you're setting the hooks on them. But yeah, Suick's one of my favorite all-time baits, and caught a lot of muskies, and they put a lot of fish in the boat for me and clients. Top producer for me.